So in this slide, we see the difference between asset-backed and asset-based sukuk. Asset-backed and asset-based sukuk. Alright. So first thing first, asset-backed. So asset-backed sukuk, underlying asset forming only source. Okay, underlying asset forming the only source. The only source of paying profit and capital to investor. So no access to other asset, no access to other asset of the issuer. Depends solely on the underlying asset or project, basically, because Sukuk, right? Sukuk is based on this one asset, right? Okay, not on the balance sheet item of the issuer. So asset-backed Sukuk is similar to asset-backed security. So again, only one asset. The company have a lot of asset, right? A lot of asset 1, asset 2, asset 3, and this the investor. So only one go to this. This one, no. This one also, no. Right. So is it good asset-backed sukuk? So normally asset-backed sukuk is good because this one asset normally is a very, very good or stable project or asset. So this good or stable project or asset will definitely give profit, regardless what happened to company, whether the company have profit or the company performance is bad or what, regardless whether the economy is bad. But this one asset, as long as they have a good profit, the investor will receive a profit. This is asset-backed sukuk. Okay, this is asset-backed sukuk. While asset-based sukuk, the asset is present for the purpose of Sharia fulfillment, only Sharia fulfillment, rather than source of paying profit and capital to the investor. Same character as bond, where credit risk assessment is directed toward the entity. In other words, actually, it depends on the company as whole. The previous example, right, asset 1, asset 2, asset 3, the whole company itself will see the performance of the sukuk. Okay, the whole company itself will provide the performance of the sukuk. Again, this is basically for Sharia fulfillment purpose only. You see, the concept of Islam, when you purchase the ownership of the asset, there must be a specific ownership of the asset, right? Not the whole asset, but right, the concept of Sharia based. It not depends on one or two performance of asset. It depends on the overall performance of the asset. So if the company is not performing well, then the investor will not receive a good profit. If the company if the economy is bad, then the investor not receive a profit. But if the company is performing well, then the investor still receive a profit, right? So normally there is two situation. So the situation, the question mentioned like this, if the economy is good, and if the economy is bad. So if the economy is good, which sukuk can you consider? If the economy is good, everything is good, overall is good, you can consider asset-based sukuk, right? Asset-based sukuk, because economy is good, company performance is good, overall company performance is good, so can consider asset-based sukuk. But if the economy is bad, please consider asset-backed sukuk because it is more stable and better. Okay, more stable and better. In fact, if economy is good also, you can choose asset-backed sukuk. But again, there is a high risk, high return here. If you choose asset-backed sukuk, if the economy is good, right? If the economy is good and you choose asset-backed sukuk, maybe, just maybe the performance company is better, way higher than the performance of this specific asset. So maybe asset-backed sukuk will generate more profit. That is the thing, actually, right? But again, this is the difference between asset-backed and asset-based sukuk, and it is very important, right? So the next part is classification of sukuk based on the predictability of return. So the predictability of return is two category, which is asset-based sukuk and equity-based sukuk, right? So asset-based sukuk is the previous one, asset-based or asset-backed, and because it is there is an underlying asset. Offer fairly predictable return to the sukuk holder, such as sukuk based on salam, istighna, and ijarah. So asset may be held by musyarakah or mudarabah, right? So equity-based sukuk return are determined by profit or loss sharing ratio. Okay, the investment did not offer fairly predictable return. It is based on profit and loss sharing ratio. If it's high, it's high. Not really determined on the return of the company itself. Okay.